What is up, people? Hello and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another match reaction here on the Cup Chasers. The Arsenal have defeated Wolves at Molineux in a crazy game that Michael Oliver tried to take over with his main character, Syndrome. Of course, you saw the thumbnail. What's he going to do? What's he going to do? I don't know. Let's try to take center stage there, Michael Oliver. So let's go ahead and get the likes up on the video for Michael Oliver and his refereeing. Subscribe to the channel if you're new for more thoughts on Michael Oliver. And, of course, I want your thoughts and your comments down below. Now, when I saw this lineup, of course, I had been tuned in to other stuff this morning, been pretty busy around the house, hadn't been paying attention till like right up until the game, and no Odegaard. And I was like, oh, no. It's always something, isn't it? I was like, oh, no. Rut row, no Odegaard. And so, of course, that had me very, very worried. And like I said, I was super busy, a bit of a family emergency right at the beginning of the game. So I missed like the first 10 minutes. But I thought that Timber and Nwaneri looked sharp. First good move I saw was when the cross came in and Havertz hits it wide. Of course, that's why in my when I'm putting money on Arsenal, I always back Havertz to miss a couple shots, and he did so today. He missed a bunch of shots today. Actually, I didn't think Havertz was awesome, but Havertz did what Havertz does. He worked hard, put in some challenges, put his body around, won some aerial duels, but missed every opportunity in front of the goal. But that's what he does. I thought Trossard was looking pretty comfortable early on against his man coming in and cutting it across. I thought Trossard actually had a pretty good game, all told. It was interesting in the way we were approaching the press before the red card that Havertz was dropping deeper and letting Jose Sa have the ball. And he was marking the man coming short, as well as Partey was coming short with Gomez as well. I thought that instead of putting it on the keeper, we were blocking off the pass, which always we're trying to get the keeper to knock it long. I mean, that's definitely the goal of Arsenal's press, and I thought it was interesting that Kai was a little bit deeper in trying to get that to happen today in the beginning, but I thought we did it well. I thought it definitely worked out as far as, you know, making them hit it longer, and we were able to win a bunch of second balls today and keep it on them for a lot of the game. There were spells where I thought that they had won the ball a little bit better, but they were so sloppy, Wolves, in that first half, giving the ball away a whole bunch, never really able to bang a couple passes together. Of course, they had the one where Sarabia puts in, Semedo puts in an absolute peach of a pass, and Sarabia, I thought had scored. I thought he was going to dunk that right in, puts it past the bar, which we are. There's a couple of those today that we're lucky, that Arsenal got really lucky. Of course, Raya made some great saves, but there was a couple of chances that I was like, oh, you know, the Cunha one that had Raya planted and it just went past the post because Trossard, or Timber rather, wasn't getting close enough on the corner kick. Had me, ooh, you know. Havertz should have two. Kale surprise. Yep. I thought Saliba looked pretty good. I was a little bit worried about him coming back from, they said it was a hamstring issue, so I was somewhat worried about it. But I thought that he looked decent today. And then in lews-skelly balling out, of course, obviously that note was before the 37th minute. My favorite moment of the entire season is João Gomez's first yellow card. My favorite moment of the whole season was João Gomez's first yellow card. It was one of the funniest things I've ever seen. He kicks the ball away, right? And of course, anytime a team does that against Arsenal, everybody's baying for a yellow card, running at the referee. Oh, he's kicked the ball away. You got to give him a yellow. He's kicked the ball away. But it's Michael Oliver. And so they got this in the shot when Gomez was right close to Oliver, and Oliver was showing him the yellow card. Trossard comes in behind him, and you can see Leandro Trossard going, dude, it's Michael Oliver. You can't kick the ball away. He's going to give you a red. Trust me, I know. It was the funniest, my favorite moment of the whole season. Trossard comes in to be like, told you, dude. Michael Oliver is giving you a yellow if you kick the ball away. I know. Trust me. I died. I absolutely died laughing when Trossard come over and got in his face. I was like, yo, You kick the ball away, you're getting a yellow. We know all about it. And it was, oh, God. It turned out that would be a huge moment in the game, but it was one of my favorites of the whole season. Is Trossard coming in to be like, dude, experience. You can't kick it away. It's Michael Oliver, man. It's that main character syndrome. Michael Oliver has the worst main character syndrome I've ever seen in my life. Now, I thought that, moving on from that, I thought that Ethan Nwaneri looked decent. And then the red card. Oh, man. Right out the gate, I thought it was harsh, but I immediately said, wow, that's a yellow. That's definitely a yellow. Like, that was, as soon as he kicked him, I was like, oh, that's going to be yellow, of course. And that was before I'd seen a replay. Now, Skelly loses the ball. Like, the ball goes past him, and he knows it's going to be a fast break. So he kicks out at him, right? But his foot actually comes down. The kick out is the professional foul part where he knows, look, I can't let him get going. And maybe it's a little bit of youthful inexperience to not just kind of dangle your leg and trip him up so that he doesn't get going, but you don't actually come down and studs him like lews-skelly does. And they said that he like dragged his studs down it and he started higher up the thing. And I mean, yeah, it's harsh, but I think that once they give that as a red card, once Oliver gives that as a red card, they're never overturning it. I think that we definitely, I mean, I don't know. It's tough to say. The problem is there's evidence there, and other reds have been given for similar challenges. And, yes, it's accidental, 100% accidental. It's not like seriously intent trying to hurt somebody. It's definitely accidental, but I mean, it's tough to it's kind of tough to argue that he's gotten it so wrong that they have to overturn it. So when he gives the red on the field, and I saw the replay, I was like, they're never overturning that. They're never overturning that. And changed the game completely. We were dominating. We had all of the ball, but the way Arteta approaches red cards, we've seen it, plenty of evidence this season, and I'm thinking, oh God, here we go. We're going to sit back. It's going to be it's going to be Bournemouth all over again, and we're going to I was just like, ugh. But we made it to halftime, and he brings on Calafiori, and we were the better team in that second half, even down a man. I thought that quite apart from the way we started against Bournemouth, we kind of put it on them. And I was a little surprised that Wolves didn't have more energy going forward when we were down to 10 men. And I thought that we definitely put them on them. I thought that we pushed farther forward than we ever have with 10 men. We were braver than we ever were in any of the other games with 10 men. And yeah, it says I like that we're still trying to press at least more than against the Cherries, and then the next note is Havertz misses again. I don't know how many like I've spoken on Kai Havertz. He's not good enough because this is what he's predictable. At least I'll give him that. He's nailed on for 2 shots a game where he's not going to put him on target. Nailed on. It's a risk if you want to do 1 shot on target, but he's nailed on to get shots that are going wide of the bar, of the goal every time. And he's done that today. He's had like 6 shots and he's had 1 on target. Was it 1 on target? Maybe. I don't know. I thought Martinelli, even though he worked hard and he was given a defensive task staying with Aït-Nouri after the red card, I thought he wasn't great going in the other direction. Yes, he was taking on his man, but it was kind of fizzling out more often than not. I didn't think that he has had his best day. Yeah, we're just missing chances left and right. We're just missing chances left and right. It's what we do. And it's tough, man. It's tough to keep seeing that and nothing's going on in the transfer window, but we've banged that drum. Every Arsenal fan online has banged that drum. Every, pundit has banged that drum. We need a striker. We need somebody who can finish. Period. There's enough said about that. I thought that Leandro Trossard was decent. It says my note says has been decent. But Trossard is going to get, if not my man of the match, he's going to get my honorable mention for man of the match because he absolutely worked his socks off today. And he was actually one of the ones who had more quality than most on the field today. Probably more so than all of our outfield players. I thought Trossard was better. And so, as far as outfield players, he's definitely going to get my man of the match. I might be giving it to David Raya. We'll get to that in a second. Didn't have to do much, but when he needed to, he showed up big today. But I think that the way Trossard worked to cover so much space when we were down a man really, really did the work for the team. I thought that was big today for sure because they were still trying to get it through Nori more often than not down the left-hand side, right? And that would leave the gap on the other side because when we came out in that second half, we were so narrow, and that leaves the center back and the right back both for Trossard to be running back and forth in our press. And I thought he did that really, really well. I thought he understood the role, understood the job, and I thought he has done that really well. And that's why I think he deserves, a lot of credit in this game. I think the mentality was far better than I've seen it when we've gone down. I've been hugely critical of the mentality of Arsenal, but I thought today they had a winning mentality. I thought Arteta, gave them license to go for it and didn't say just sit back, keep the ball, control, game management. I thought that it was a far more progressive approach, a far more aggressive approach that I was very, very happy to see. And Calafiori pops up with the random goal. He was a random goal against Man City. Very important. And then this one was a massive, massive, massive goal. Very, very important. Pops up with it. And then I do have a note about Kieran Tierney coming on and whipping in a wicked cross, but he does that every game. He comes in and whips in a wicked ball every game, and that's all he does. It's really all he had time to do today. But David Raya was massive when called upon today. I think that the Cunha save, the Nori save, a few big saves that he's going to get my man of the match for sure. And I think the fact that the goalkeeper gets a man of the match performance today shows the resilience we had, a resilience we haven't had when we've gone down a man. Liverpool absolutely smoked Ipswich, so this game was so important to get over the line. I think that not much to be said about João Gomez's second yellow. It could have been a straight red, very similar, very close. It was definitely an orange card in and of itself, so 3 yellows for him, I guess. Like I said, my favorite moment when Trossard gives him the "I told you so," gives him the yep. It's Michael Oliver look. Ends up being the first yellow. Gomez gets the second yellow for the horror challenge. And one thing I do want to say about the mentality is we didn't look like it was damn the torpedoes. It was, oh my God, we have to go get it before their red card. But when they did, we noticed an advantage and we took it. I wouldn't say as ruthlessly as possible, but I would say we did enough to get it done. Definitely deserved the win. Definitely were the better team all day long. And so I think that even though the game was crazy and Michael Oliver definitely has that main character syndrome, just looking to give somebody a card, I thought that we got through it. I thought that it was a big win in a moment of madness and a moment of jeopardy for the any hopes we may have of clinging to it. I thought that we're just hanging on by a thread and we're able to keep that thread hanging there, spinning around in circles while we're just kind of staying in it. But yeah, massive 3 points, crazy game. Really glad to get this one over the line. And now we go watch City and Chelsea. Don't forget to hit the like button. Of course, get the likes up on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. Definitely let me know what you think about Michael Oliver down in the comments below. Crunke out, and so am I.